quite noticeable as the two fighters stood toe-to-toe there. The height and reach advantage then for Cassius Baloyi, the champion. There's Gairy Sinclair. That is Cassius Baloyi, hitman on the trunks.
Well, just
Clair
look at
coming
those,
out with
the
black
difference,
trunks.
Nick, 1,75. That's Gairy Sinclair, and Cassius Baloyi 1,78. So a big height difference there.
What is interesting about Sinclair is that he has faced a number of decent punches in the past. Name fighters like Leonard Durin, Diego Corrales, Vivian Harris, and he went the distance each time. So he's obviously got a pretty good chin.
Nick, he's fought some good fighters. You know, all those two fighters you mentioned, they went on to win world titles after they fought Gairy Sinclair. So he knows his way around. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, it is worth making the point that when he fought those names, they weren't champions just yet. That happened a few years afterwards.
But to go to the distance of a man like Diego Corrales at any time in his career tells you something.
Baloyi, though, with that sensational win against Manuel Medina in the 11th round, lifting the IBF title. It was a title he had to win. It was a fight he had to win because I think he was at the sort of crossroads of the career in terms of just where it would go. And had he lost, it would have been a very different story, obviously. But Cassius Baloyi now with a chance to beat Sinclair tonight, then go on and make a mandatory, and he can make himself some healthy money towards the end of his career too.
This is what he needs, Nick, but he's got a tough one in front of him with Gairy Sinclair. Just come off, he's won the WBA Intercontinental Featherweight title, so he's fighting a little bit above the featherweight limit tonight.
That's Sinclair you're talking about, of course.
Sinclair, yes. In his most recent fight, he won against Cheval Sorborup, and he stopped him in 4.
Baloyi lands a right hand. You would figure with their physiques that it'll be up to Sinclair to try and get inside the jab of Baloyi and fight inside. I don't think there's too much future for him from the outside because Cassius Baloyi is a very fine boxer in his own right, and he's got a good jab, as you can see.
He's showing a lot of confidence, is Sinclair. He's got a little shot into the body there, good one there from Sinclair, and he's going to work the body now, is Sinclair. Good right hand there from the champion, Cassius Baloyi. He's in those white trunks with the silver trim, and Gairy Sinclair from Guyana, based in Australia, he's in those black trunks.
Yeah, the champion finding the range early. Got home a very good right hand.
The last 30 seconds out of round 1, the Schedule 12, IBO and IBF Junior Featherweight, Junior Lightweight title at stake. Both titles at stake here tonight.
Baloyi very comfortable at the moment, just backpedaling and just timing these rushes from Sinclair, countering beautifully.
Well, he's making Sinclair come to him. He wants to counter punch, and Sinclair drops in a good little body shot underneath there. He's got to be careful those body shots coming in from Sinclair. And we'll give you a round to call that one.
Well, I would give that to Baloyi.
Title to stake here. The hitman, that's Cassius Baloyi coming out of that blue corner, defending both titles here tonight. The first defense of his IBF title and his 21st world title fight.
Cassius Baloyi has fought shorter opponents than himself before, obviously, being quite a tall, rangy fighter. So this won't be anything new for him, having to punch down, Ron.
You know, good body work there. He's got to be careful of that body work. He's got in the inside, is Sinclair. That lovely body shot, the left hand to the body there from Sinclair. Those are the shots that are going to slow down Baloyi as the rounds go by. He's just got to keep him on the outside.
Well, I think that'll be the plan of the Australian, is to try and slow down Cassius Baloyi. You see Baloyi at the moment using the perimeter of the ring quite nicely. It's a funny game, boxing, because if you go back 2 fights, Cassius Baloyi's career was looking very debatable. He just lost to Isaac Schlatzwell, albeit out of his natural fighting division, fighting at lightweight. Goes back to junior lightweight and wins the IBF title.
Well, there you are, Nick. But he fought Manuel Medina, a veteran of 80-odd fights. So there's 2 veterans in the ring. He's getting the veteran stage now is Baloyi.
Yeah, I would say Baloyi is just about embarking on that stage of his career. Nice work there with his back to the ropes by the hitman Cassius Baloyi. Clean punching. Tried to drop in the uppercut there, scored with the right hand of Baloyi.
Good work here off the ropes, fighting off the ropes, countering the St. Clair's is coming in is Baloyi.
Well, this is the answer Baloyi will have for St. Clair. St. Clair tries to move forward and inside. He'll try and make him pay.
He's got to be careful of those body shots, Nick. He's not hitting the body as Baloyi, and the body shots are coming in from St. Clair. And as the fight gets into later rounds, those can take their toll.
I wonder if St. Clair has enough power to actually worry Baloyi to the body. I guess it all adds up, as you say, the later rounds. Not a huge puncher, Gary St. Clair. He's got reasonable power, but not a huge puncher.
Not known as a knockout puncher, Nick.
And I think that's a part of Baloyi's game that's a bit underrated too. I mean, he was able to stop Manuel Medina. And in some earlier fights, we've seen the power of Cassius Baloyi. I mean, in the fight with Philip and Doe was supposed to be the puncher, but Baloyi scored the hurting punches.
Well, he stood there toe-to-toe with Doe, and he can do it. A good round for the champion. He's scoring with cleaner punches. Good right hand coming there from St. Clair. He's got the last few seconds out of round 2. Top body shots are going from St. Clair. Those are the telling blows.
Round number 3.
So I'd say the pattern of the fight, Ron, has been set already with St. Clair coming forward, Baloyi backpedaling and countering.
I think this is inevitable, Nick. You know, when you look at the height difference, 13 centimeters it had to be. And he's got to get in the inside. He can't fight it from the outside to St. Clair. He's got to dig in underneath. And this is what he's trying to do.
I wonder if there will come a stage in this fight where Baloyi is able to back up St. Clair, because that could be a very different looking fight. I get the impression from seeing St. Clair come forward that he wouldn't be all that comfortable being backed up.
But he's scoring now, Nick. He's just pushing Baloyi back, and he's the only one scoring at the moment.
Jab scored by Baloyi.
Good little uppercuts on the inside there from the champion.
Trading punches to the head at the moment.
Well, he's come to fight to St. Clair, Nick. There's no doubt about that. He's taking the fight to the champion.
Well, this is a big opportunity for him. It's the first time he's actually fought for a world title. Although he's had plenty of experience and he's been in with some big names, we've mentioned them already, he hasn't yet fought for a world title. So this is new territory for him. Of course, Cassius Baloyi is well used to it as he scores a good right hand there. But St. Clair, head lowered, punching the body. Backs Baloyi into his own corner. Scores with the right hand.
Good punches coming in from St. Clair at the moment. Having a good round in St. Clair.
Baloyi scores with the right hand off the ropes. There's the uppercut from Baloyi.
He's got to throw more of those, Nick.
Well, St. Clair is made for it. He's in there close with the head down.
And St. Clair taking the fight to the champion now. Toe-to-toe now stuck. St. Clair showing no respect for the champion.
Well, he's got a good chin. We know that, St. Clair. Doesn't go down easily.
It's been a good round so far for the challenger.
Combination from St. Clair getting home.
Baloyi's got to move off those roughs and use his longer reach. He's got just keep St. Clair on the outside. But he's St. Clair now doing all the scoring.
Not a
good
huge
round
amount
for the challenger.
Not a huge amount of power in those punches from St. Clair, though. He's very busy, I'll grant you that, and that will impress the judges. There's not a huge amount of power there.
Round number 4.
Rounds flying by. Here we are in the fourth already. And the pattern of the fight hasn't changed from the opening bell.
Well, it's St. Clair moving forward and just pushing the champion back. And Cassius Baloyi in those white trunks, the silver, he's just fighting off the back foot.
St. Clair missing badly with the right hand.
Gairy St. Clair, the man from Ghana, is fighting out of Australia now. He hasn't lost a fight since 2001. He's got 21 unbeaten streak, is Gairy St. Clair.
Yes, he's put together a very good run. Baloyi will be hoping to end it tonight, of course, and keep that IBF and IBO title.
But he's just following Baloyi around the ring, and it's all St. Clair now, just raining in punches, digging in underneath.
Baloyi's got the hands up high, though, Ron. He's
got to get off the ropes, Nick. He doesn't want to be there, you know.
Yeah, and to do that, I think he's got to back St. Clair up.
That's right.
Because I don't see St. Clair faring too well being backed up. He's the much shorter man. And I think he would have problems if he was being backed up.
He's got the reach. He's got to use that reach, and he's not doing that. He's letting St. Clair take the fight to him. I think it's the wrong tactics.
Well, he could be pacing himself as well, Ron. We've got a long way to go, yeah?
It's still only, you're right, only the fourth round now. He's been there before, a long career.
Oh, good jab again from Baloyi.
Experienced fighter, Baloyi.
Baloyi suddenly getting the jab to work. He heard you, Ron. He's off the ropes.
Thank you.
It brought a smile from St. Clair, which shows me he felt it. Left hook goes in from Baloyi. Left to the body. St. Clair doesn't want to be backed up. You can see that.
Good lefts and rights here from St. Clair, but it's a good fight. Both fighters throwing a lot of punches.
Yeah, well, a good pace has been set.
Cassius Baloyi doesn't want to be on the ropes. He's got to move off those ropes.
I think he needs to throw that uppercut a little more, does Baloyi, because the style of St. Clair is just tailor-made for a good little uppercut inside there. He carries that head so low, does St. Clair.
Well, that's always the problem when they're coming in low, the shorter fighter against the taller fighter. It can become dangerous.
But as I said, Baloyi's fought plenty of short fighters. He knows how to deal with this. Should know how to deal with it.
So you feel there's no power in the punches of St. Clair, Nick. You know, he throws a lot of punches, but really no power punches.
I thought for a moment he was looking a little arm weary there too,
No,
right?
he's throwing a lot of punches, but as I say, slow punches.
Number 5.
Back up, Jay.
Into the 5th round of the scheduled 12 rounder for this IBO and IBF junior lightweight title fight. Cassius Baloyi, the champion, defending his IBF title here tonight for the first time at the Empress Palace.
It's been a pretty game challenge from Gary St. Clair thus far. He's tried to take the fight to the champion. He's walked into a fair amount of counter punches, so it's not the easiest fight to score. Although St. Clair may be throwing more punches, I think Baloyi is scoring more effectively.
Well, there's a lot of power in those punches of St. Clair, Nick.
And I thought I saw signs in the last round that he was just getting a little arm weary too, Ron. Which
He's throwing so many punches, it's understandable. That's what Baloyi's got to do, just use the jab, stay on the outside.
He's not quite as mobile a fighter, although we see him using a lot of the ring here, Cassius Baloyi. But I always think that accident that he had, that terrible hijacking incident where he was shot and the bullet passing through a buttock, I think it was, just took something away from him in the way of
Mobility.
ability to move.
There's definitely he has definitely slowed down in the last 2 or 3 fights, but he's had hard fights against Philip and Shatswaya.
Exactly. Could be age as well. Let's face
That's right, 31 years old, he had a lot of fights and starting to slow down.
I just think as an amateur, he was absolutely outstanding. I saw him fight on numerous occasions, and he really was fantastic. Had everything. Well, St. Clair still coming forward. Baloyi still relying on the jab and the counter punching.
Right.
Been a good clean fight thus far. There was an accidental clash of heads in the last round. And that's just the style of St. Clair. He comes in very low with the head down.
Well, he only knows one way, and that's forward with St. Clair. You can just feel those are arm punches, Nick. There's no power in those punches. And Baloyi just picking him off when he uses the jab.
Well, the Australian corner calling for the work rate to be sustained from St. Clair. That's obviously part of the plan, just to work Baloyi out of this fight if they can, outwork him.
Well, it's going 5 rounds, and he's thrown a lot of punches in 5 rounds. And
well, he's having a good round here, Ron. Just getting on top of Baloyi there. As Baloyi taking him, almost looked like a breather on the ropes. Good right hand coming in from
big
St.
shots
Clair.
there from St. Clair.
Probably doesn't have the power to really trouble Baloyi, but he'll impress the judges with the work rate, that's for sure.
Well, he's having another good round, Nick. He's had 2 good rounds in a row.
And he's just outworking Baloyi at the moment. Can he sustain it, though?
Another good right hand there from Clair. He's winning this round, Nick. He's throwing more punches, scoring more punches.
Baloyi mouth open.
Second out.
Backing off and a lot of them missing.
Out.
Round number 6.
But that one didn't miss as he went straight through Baloyi's guard. And a good round for St. Clair.
I think Baloyi has to be aware in the back of his mind just what St. Clair's trying to do. He's trying to steal the fight by outworking Baloyi and looking good coming forward. And that's why I say I think at some stage of this fight, Baloyi has to summon up the work rate himself to try and back St. Clair up. You know, to the average observer watching a fighter coming forward always looks good.
But they don't all land those punches.
No, they don't. They don't.
The punches are taken on the shoulders, on the elbows, and on the gloves, and they don't get clean punches to the body area.
But like I say, I just think Baloyi in the back of his mind just has to be aware of what St. Clair is trying to do here and achieve in this fight. You saw the Medina-Baloyi fight on tape, didn't you, Ron? I didn't see it. And you were saying for large parts of the fight, Baloyi didn't look that effective.
Didn't look good, but the judges had him ahead, Nick, when the fight was stopped in the 11th round. So, to me, it slowed down in that fight, you know. But you know, the same thing was happening. A lot of punches thrown by Medina, and they're not always landing on the target area. So this is possibly the same sort of thing happening here. St. Clair throwing a lot of punches, not always landing on the target area. But there's some of that little right hand coming in from St. Clair.
Fortunately for Baloyi, not too much on it.
That's right. Body work again. Also, his tactics is just to wear down Baloyi, just to put the pressure on him for the later rounds. If he can sustain this pressure, St. Clair. But Cassius has been around. He's been around a long time. He's an experienced fighter. Good counter punches there from the champion.
Well, these middle rounds not going too well for Cassius Baloyi at the moment. No, that was better. Scoring there. Baloyi getting in some better punches there, Ron.
No, that's a bit. He's got to keep throwing those punches. He throws punches in flurries now instead of sustaining the attack. She's got to get the left jab going. Those are better shots from the champion.
Left hook to the body thrown by St. Clair.
I think the last few seconds are of this 6th round, and some good counter punches from the champion. A good left hand as the bell goes from Cassius.
You've got to keep your eye on the clean punches here, haven't you, Ron?
Difficult, Dick. You know, he's throwing a lot of punches, but they're not all scoring punches. As you go into round 7, scheduled for 12, Cassius Baloyi in those white trunks and Gairy St. Clair from Guyana in the black trunks.
And I'd hate to call it at the moment. It's a pretty even fight.
Well, not much in it, Nick. There's about 1 point, but you know you've got 3 judges around the ring. How do they see it?
Again, a nice welcome wash of air, cool air over the ring. I think the fighters will enjoy that combination there from St. Clair. Baloyi just a little slow in getting the hands up.
Judges are Lulama Mucha from South Africa, Charlie Lucas from Australia, and Howard Fraser from the USA. It's in their hands, Nick. Whatever we say, not going to make any difference.
St. Clair looking good coming forward to start the round.
And he's keeping a good pace in St. Clair, Nick. You know?
I just sense a bit of confidence growing in St. Clair as well.
Working that body again there. It just worries me, those body shots. Will Cassius
Well, he's gone into a bit of a shell as Baloyi. He's just not working.
He's
not
got to
working.
get his punches going. Got to use the jab. He's got to get the jab going. Ponderous punches coming from Baloyi at the moment.
There's a cry behind me. Don't go to sleep, Cassius.
Well,
that sums it up.
He's just throwing. He's throwing. Not throwing enough punches at the moment. Is Cassius Baloyi. Oh, a clever fighter, this Clair. He's got a little elbow going on the left-hand side, the wrong side of the referee. The referee doesn't see that.
Both fighters trading punches to the head there, and both landing. And now suddenly Baloyi turns the action. We haven't seen that too much in the fight.
This is what he's got to do, Nick.
Oh, good right hand scored by Baloyi. Cleaner punches he's landed.
But there's a good left hand coming from St. Clair.
Well, we've remarked that he's obviously got a good chin to be able to stand up to power punches like Chico Corrales. He's got to have a good chin.
Well, he's only lost on points 3 times, Nick. He's never lost in a stoppage. So that tells you something.
Got to ask though, why hasn't he fought for a world title before this?
It's strange.
He's certainly not outclassed.
No, he's just never had the breaks. He's never had the breaks. But he just keeps coming forward with St. Clair.
That may sum up his effort tonight. He's hungry as well. He knows this is a huge opportunity for him. Determined to take the title away from the South African champion, if he can. And his fight plan is just to keep coming forward and throwing punches.
The last 10 seconds are of round 7. And left and right from St. Clair coming there. Not a good round for the champion.
Yeah, he's stealing the round, oh my God. Did you say a good round or not a good round?
Second round, baby. Let's go. Box.
Into the 8th we go, Ron. Intriguing fight.
Oh, it is. There's not much in it, Nick. A very even fight. And who wants it most now as we go into the last 4 rounds? Well, round number 8, 5 to go. And
I just sense a bit of momentum growing for the challenger the last couple of rounds. And it's up to Baloyi to try and turn that round a bit.
well, as I say, Baloyi's just gone to sleep, Nick. And you know, the rhythm seems to be with Gairy St. Clair.
Yeah, rhythm, momentum, I think it's the same thing. Look at him come forward, left hook to the body. Baloyi had the gloves up, but some of those punches getting through and nothing coming back.
He's getting underneath those elbows of Baloyi. And a little cut on the left eye of Baloyi, well contained by his cornerman.
It's a jab from Baloyi, need to see more of that. By all accounts, if you looked at the pre-fight med weights and everything, it was St. Clair that had to work harder to make the weight.
It's quite interesting, Nick, and he's a stocky little chap, but he's fought most of his career at the featherweight, so I see he's won featherweight titles, you know.
I say that just because I think Baloyi looks a little bit drained at the moment.
He does, Nick.
Well, another whacking left hook to the body scored by St. Clair. There's not too much sting in Baloyi's punches either. You would figure him to be the heavier puncher, certainly coming in. But he doesn't seem to have too much sting in his punches either.
So Clair's backing him up now, Nick, and very little coming back from Baloyi. He's just trying to... He's just got to get off those ropes. He doesn't look good on the ropes.
Crowd sense it too. They're trying to urge him on to find something, Cassius Baloyi. Because on my card now, I'm giving Sinclair this round. I know we're not finished. I have Sinclair moving ahead.
Baloyi just can't. He's got to throw more punches. He's not throwing out punches at the moment.
Well, this would be an upset win if Clair were to be able to keep going to the final bell. Baloyi needs to dig deep. He's got the ability to do that.
The last 20 seconds out of round 8, and it's been another good round for the challenger. Just dropping the right hand in, 2 right hands going in underneath to the body from St. Clair, and St. Clair landing more punches now, landing the cleaner punches at the moment.
Well, he's a non-stop punching machine at the moment, is St. Clair, although he left himself open for a right hand from Baloyi at the bell.
Seconds out. Let's roll.
Well, I was wondering, Ron, where Nick Durant been as we look at the leprechaun again. I wonder what he makes of it all.
What that's all about, Nick.
I was wondering where Nick Durant had been for most of the evening, but I'm glad to see he's back in the corner of Baloyi. I mean, he told him very smartly to get off the ropes there, and I would agree with that.
Ah, yes, that's been a problem. He's been lying on the ropes too much, Nick, and he can't afford to fight about. He's not using the jab effectively, and he's got to pick up the pace now as Baloyi.
Oh, much better work from Baloyi there. Got home a 3-punch combination.
But none of the fighters have really been stunned or hurt at any time during the fight. And it's been the same pattern right from round 1. Baloyi backing off and St. Clair just pushing forward.
Yeah, no knockdowns in the fight. Baloyi still backpedaling though, and still fighting at times with his
got
back
no
to the
authority
ropes.
in that jab at the moment.
No, it's just being pushed out there. Needs to be pumped out there. Sinclair still busy, still coming forward, still sustaining the work rate, still fighting to the plan that has been devised for him. Come forward, throw all the punches, and you can steal a points winner. And he's on his way to doing that. Baloyi looking a little ungainly on those legs as he backed up there. He does look a bit drained, Ron, doesn't he?
Nick, there's no snap in his punches. He just seems to have slowed down in the last 2 or 3 rounds. And just hasn't got the step he had early in the fight.
Oh, very surprising, really, isn't it?
Now look at those punches coming again from St. Clair, rights and lefts, and to the body. And tidy stuff now from the champion. Just not throwing enough punches.
Oh, worrying moments, I think, for champion Cassius Baloyi. He needs to somehow turn this around.
Gasping for air, Nick, that mouth wide open, the champion.
Just hasn't been able to back Sinclair up at all in this fight.
St. Clair's never stopped throwing punches from the first round. They haven't been big punches, but been a lot of punches.
Been the aggressor in the fight. Australian has him in his own corner, and the corner urging him on. I think part of the problem for him...
Blood leaking out of that eye now, Baloyi. That the left eye leaking down the side of his head. And
that doesn't look good, does it?
Good round here for St. Clair, the challenger, winning this round, a big one for St. Clair.
I was asking why you thought Sinclair hadn't fought a title fight before this, because he's obviously, you know, that sort of material.
at the moment.
Seconds out. Let's
Round
roll.
number 10.
I think the crowd still has hope that Baloyi will turn this around, but we're leaving it late now.
Time out. Time out. Quarter. Quarter. Quarter.
Just had a timeout here. I think it's water down in the corner of Baloyi.
Come on, get some of that grease, baby.
No, it's grease on the face. A little too much.
Get the towel. I love you.
And Baloyi gets a breather, which is probably
Well,
not a bad
that's
thing.
good tactics there by Nick Durant. As we go to round 10. There seems to be no power in that jab of Baloyi. Just can't keep St. Clair off. Perpetual motion. St. Clair just keeps coming forward, just marches forward, just walking through the punches of Baloyi at the moment. Baloyi needs more of those. He's got to throw more punches.
Trying to stand his ground here is Baloyi, which is good.
But he just seems to lack something tonight. Nick. He's just not sharp as we've seen him.
Just has to try and summon it up mentally as well as physically. Make sure that he's not backed up over these last 3 rounds, because he's lost the fight going backwards. So I think he has to stand his ground and fight with Sinclair now. Baloyi definitely standing his ground now. Scored with a good right hand.
When he does it, he's so much better. But
And a
he's
quick
getting belted
combination.
now at the moment.
Gee, these guys are having a full go at each other. That was a terrific exchange. And the reason for it is Baloyi's trying to stand his ground.
Blood just seeping out of that eye now.
Terrific fight. Both fighters showing a lot of heart here because they've both got to be hurting. Baloyi standing his ground in this 10th round. First time we've seen it in the fight.
Oh, he's digging in the trenches now, Baloyi. He's got it. His title's slipping away at the moment.
And Baloyi's trying to come forward. And he's leaking blood out of that eye, Ron. Doesn't look good.
But Baloyi's
Showing a lot of heart there, Cassius Baloyi. Look at that cut. It's not nice. Baloyi pouring at that cut with his left glove.
He's a tired Baloyi, Nick. He's backed off now. Has he got anything left?
Well, it's a desperate Baloyi as well.
Desperate.
But Ron, definitely he's tried to come forward in this round.
But he's desperate. He's definitely slowed down. The better punches are coming in from St. Clair at the moment.
Best round of the fight. Oh, left hook scored by Baloyi. Sinclair walks straight through it though. Right hand comes in. Good right hand from Baloyi. Sinclair fires back at the bell. Definitely the best round of the fight. Tactical change from Baloyi. Had to be made, I'm afraid.
Who wants it most now? 2 rounds to go. Round number 11. And it's IBO junior lightweight title fight. And it's a confident Gairy St. Clair coming forward now.
Well, this is a huge moment for Sinclair. First time in a world title fight. He's hungry. He really wants this fight.
Well, I don't think he's taken a backward step throughout the fight. He's been on the front foot right throughout the fight, St. Clair.
Crowd trying to warm to Cassius Baloyi, trying to get him back into this fight. They sensed in that last round it was a sort of last
Can't stop that
effort.
bleeding. It's starting to leak again. The corner just can't stop that bleeding on the left eye. But it's I don't think it's going into the eye. It's just leaking down the side of the eye.
Yeah, it's not going to stop the fight. They can keep this going for another 2 rounds. What can Baloyi do over these next 2 rounds? It's crucial for him. He
He's
needs some
backing off
big
again
rounds
now. He's got to come forward. He's got to get the shots going.
Desperately needs a big round, does Cassius Baloyi. He needs 11 and he needs 12. Otherwise, it's goodbye IBF and IBO titles, I'm afraid. Good combination again from St. Clair. Punishing punch. Oh, he's finishing so much the pressure, isn't he? He looks strong now, does St. Clair.
Terrific shots coming in from St. Clair, left and right. Unanswered from the champion.
Upset in the making. I had a friend of mine ask me, he put money on this fight. He said, is it safe? I said, pretty safe.
How wrong can you be, Nick? It's all St. Clair now. All the combinations, left and right. From Gairy St. Clair, the champion from the challenger. The champion, tired, slow, sluggish.
He's finished, Gary. Gary's finished now.
Been a great performance thus far by challenger Gairy St. Clair. Very wild with the right hand there, though.
Just as the fight has gone on, he's put on more pressure, and he's been there all the time in front of Baloyi.
And physically, Ron, if you look at the 2 faces of the fighters, he looks like he's winning the fight.
Well, this is it, Nick. He's just so much more confident, and his team's so much stronger at the moment.
Baloyi bleeding, mouth open.
All St. Clair at the moment. A big round.
Good left hook scored by Baloyi. Got in a good left hook there, and suddenly St. Clair backed up. He felt that, Ron.
But lazy punches coming from Baloyi. He's not throwing enough punches.
Well, he's coming forward cautiously at the moment. He just needs to throw caution to the wind, I think, at this stage of the fight, Baloyi. Coming forward, though, again is Baloyi. This is good. We haven't seen this in the
showing
fight.
a lot of heart. The heart of a champion here now by Cassius Baloyi.
Well, it was the 11th round. He stopped Medina.
That's right. But he hasn't got much time left. 25 seconds here in round number 11. And but Gairy St. Clair still there in front of Baloyi.
St. Clair coming forward himself. An exchange of hooks there. I think Baloyi's carried a bit more weight. St. Clair could be clever here too. He can afford to run at this stage of the fight. He's ahead on points, no question. Clair, the last 5 rounds, Ron?
I would say so, Nick, at least the last 4. Baloyi's just not doing enough, Nick. He's lazy, he's sluggish.
He's been outworked by a very fit and well-conditioned Gairy St. Clair too.
Touch him up. Last round, let's go.
12th and final round. Been a very intriguing fight, this.
Touch glove. All right.
Well, Cassius Baloyi is just going to have to give it a full go now. St. Clair knows the title's up for grabs.
Straight away, St. Clair jumped on Baloyi. St. Clair has to be careful because he's ahead on points now. He can walk into something big, and obviously that's what Baloyi is hoping
He
for.
stays ahead on points, Nick. There's 3 judges. They might see it differently.
I'd be surprised, Ron.
It's Lulama Mitchell, Charlie Lucas, Howard Fraser. How are they going to see it?
You just got to look at the faces of the 2 fighters, as I said.
I think it's sliding away from Baloyi. He's done very little in the last 4 rounds.
Good left hook, though. Jolting shot from Baloyi.
Got to throw more of those.
Toe to toe.
Well, for the first time in the fight, St. Clair's shown a bit of tiredness, leaning on. Has Cassius Baloyi got enough left to pull out a big one?
Well, if he has, he's left it very, very late.
The fight.
So Clair still determined to come forward.
A great performance here by the man from Guyana, Gairy St. Clair.
He looks a hungry fighter, doesn't he, Ron?
He's put up a great show, Nick. He's never stopped punching. He's come to take a title.
And on my card, he's doing it.
Well, I won't
Unofficial,
commit
of course.
myself because I don't. I'll wait until the judges decide.
Ron Jackson not committing himself.
Not tonight, Nick, because you never know. You get some strange decisions. But
Look at that waistband of Cassius Baloyi. It's been stained red, and that's blood from the eye.
and you've got to say that he's lost the last 5 rounds. So Sinclair must be ahead.
A lot of the fight has been fought at close range. And Sinclair's got the better of it.
But Sinclair's been there right throughout the fight. He's been in front of him and he's been landing in the last 3 or 4 rounds. Whereas he didn't land so often in the first half of the fight.
Sinclair looking very tight now as well.
Well, it's understandable, Nick. He set a tremendous pace, is Gairy St. Clair. It's been a great performance here by the little man.
Inside of 45 seconds left in this fight. And upset would appear to be happening at the moment as again Sinclair backs Baloyi right across the ring.
I think Sinclair, Nick, will be very unlucky if he doesn't get the decision.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Australian corner, and it's the same corner, were irate when their fighter earlier on lost.
Well, he didn't win that one, but he can win this one.
What they will do if they don't get the decision here, I don't know.
Well. No. It's been Gairy St. Clair all on the time, throwing a lot of punches, left and right from St. Clair. And it's a desperate champion now. And it's all St. Clair.
Sinclair's fought the fight to perfection. He's
right.
still the busier fighter at the bell here.
And a great performance here by the little man.
Well, Nick Durant comes in arms raised, but it's not the way I see it. I must be honest with you. I think Gairy St. Clair is the new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, this IBF and IBO junior lightweight title fight was scheduled for 12 rounds. It went the distance. We go now to the judges' scorecards. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous points decision. Judge Howard Foster scores the fight 112, 116. Charles Lucas scores the fight 113, 115. Lula Mamja scores the fight 114, 115. For the winner via a unanimous points decision, and the new IBF and IBO junior lightweight champion,
Sometimes
the
we get it right.
Superman,
I think it was a fair decision, Nick. He didn't do much more, and he deserved the decision. There's no doubt about it. And sad to see Cassius Baloyi, but he's lost something, Nick. And very good fighter, a courageous fighter, Cassius Baloyi, but a good win, yeah, for Gairy St. Clair. He deserved the win.